Okay, hi everybody. This is my first video I'm going to attempt for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So we're going to take a look at Toronto. They have a really nice looking Toronto in here. There's some add-ons, third-party add-ons I've added. We're in a little Cessna 152 Aerobat, and I can go back here. And we can take a look at it in the hangars, let you see what it looks like. It's a nice looking airplane. And that's what we're going to be flying today. Gives you kind of a look at it in the hangar. This airplane to buy new is probably well over $100,000 because it's the aerobatic version of the 152. I mean, it's beefed up, stronger struts on it, things like that. Let's have a look at the panel. So that's what we're going to be flying. So what we do is we'll go back. And we're going to take off from Downsview, which is up by the Allen Expressway and the 401 near Yorkdale Mall. Fly over to Toronto Island, and I'll fly around just a little bit, let you have a look at Toronto. So this put us on the runway. You got a choice. I gotta put us at parking and then taxi out to the runway, but I want to keep the video short, so I put us on the runway all ready to go. And it's fixed gear, so there's no gear to lift. And they usually, when you start on the runway, they usually have the flaps already preset, so you got to remember to retract your flaps once you're up in the air. So I'm not a real big fan of the controls they have, because they don't have the hat button set up properly on the joystick, and they don't have, you got to use the mouse in one hand and the joystick in the other hand. I'm really not a big fan of that. Give you some this sim loads a lot quicker than an X-plane, and it works off big maps, so what you see in the sim on this one you'll pretty much see in real life. It's pretty close representation. You'll see the CN Tower and Sky Dome and all that stuff. So it should be loaded up here in a second. And there's Downsview Airport. See what it looks like. There we are in the runway. And we're on live weather, so apparently there's some thunderstorms in the Toronto area right now. Takes the weather off the internet and gives you the weather that's going on at the moment, so we might run into some rain. So that's the weather we got. And what I don't like is you can look around with your mouse, but my mouse sticks, so it's, I can't get it to move properly. There, see, you can look around with the mouse. So we're ready to go, and I don't like the sound in the cockpit, because they don't. I owned a couple of planes, and they've got, you see, you hardly hear the airplane engine. If I go outside, I can get an exterior view. See how loud it is now. You can hear that. And if I'm inside, you barely hear it. That's not real. But anyway, we'll get going here. Take a look at Toronto. You can hardly hear the airplane. I wish they'd fix that, put more volume, engine volume in the cockpit. I don't know what that bump was, but lift the flaps up. You see right here at the edge of Downsview is the Toronto TTC subway station, where they keep all the subway trains. You can see them lined up right there. The subway trains. Toronto International Airport is over that way. There's Yorkdale Mall right here, flying over top of it. Well, this one's Costco. There's Costco here, and there's the 401, and when we cross the 401, that's Yorkdale Mall right there. And this is the Allen Expressway. Goes down to, I think it ends at Eglinton.
Toronto Island traffic sets the Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra 7 miles north 1,600 feet inbound to land runway 26.
And over here, these high rises, they're, I think that's where Yonge Street is. They come up, Yonge Street comes up through there. I'm going to set this down a little bit. A lot of updrafts with the weather. There's Yonge Street. There's the 401. Crossing the 401. Stormy weather, bouncing us around. I'm flying right down Yonge Street. You see Oakville over here, Port Credit. We'll go over here, see if we can find the Don Valley Expressway. Yeah, I gotta talk to him, Microsoft, because you can report bugs, and I'll tell him you gotta get the engine sound louder in the cockpit. That's Yonge Street. We'll follow the 401. I think this is the Don Valley and 404 coming up here. I'm not sure. We'll follow it anyway. I'm not sure which road that is. It might be the Don Valley. Yeah, it looks like the Don Valley. Speed is a little bit high. Cut the throttle back a bit. You look here, we're at 1,500 feet. That's above sea level, so I think the altitude of the airport is at 700 feet, so we're about 1,000 feet above the ground. Yeah, that's the Don Valley. Don Valley Parkway. I drove down that thing many times with my truck and my trucking. And we'll land at Toronto Island. This takes us right into Toronto downtown. Hooks into Lakeshore and the Gardner. And somebody's got to make a better Toronto Island airport, because the one in here is just the default so far, and the default airports are pretty generic. All the buildings are like cracker boxes. So following the Don Valley. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, this highway here, Don Valley Expressway, is, you can walk it faster than you can drive it. It's just a parking lot so full of cars. Nobody's moving. You're crawling along about 2 miles an hour. I didn't mind it because when I was trucking locally in the city instead of long distance, I was getting paid by the hour. So getting paid by the hour, you don't mind sitting in the traffic. You're taking us closer to downtown. And like I say, this is the actual weather that's going on in Toronto today. September the 30th. My birthday today. So there's Bloor Street. You're just crossing Bloor Street. And this will end at the Gardner. You see how it loops around to the right? Right in front of us is a kind of an industrial zone. I used to go in there. There's a couple of paper mills in there. I'd go in and pick up paper. I was driving a Challenger. See, this is where it curves around and hooks onto the Gardner. And the lakeshore runs under it. The raised highway is the Gardner, and then there's another road right under it. It's called the Lakeshore Boulevard. And there's Toronto Island over there, but I'm going to loop around and come in from the other end. So I get some altitude on here. That tower is pretty high. It's over 1,000 feet. On the side you can see the Sky Dome. They got it closed today. There's all the banking towers, Bank of Montreal, Canada Trust, Scotiabank. There's Scotiabank. Right beside the tower. Say hi to everybody. Right ahead of us, right here, is the C&E grounds. And there's Ontario Place over here, along the water. Right in front of us in the red, that there is Varsity Stadium. There's Ontario Place, right there. We'll loop around and we'll land. Pretty windy. They got some wind going on in Toronto. The plane bouncing around pretty good, so it's going to be a rough landing. So I crash, don't laugh. There's Mississauga way over there. There's the airport. There's Varsity Stadium. Flying right over Ontario Place. Pretty windy. Here we are at Toronto Island. Yeah, Porter Airlines flies out of here. I'm not sure if WestJet comes in here or not, but I know Porter Airlines flies out of here. They fly across the lake to places like Rochester. We'll park over here. Brakes. Turn off the engine. Cut the mixture. Turn off the batteries. And there we are. Gives you all your information of where you flew. So, you want to continue? Yeah, we can continue. And I can add put the yoke back on. Go outside, take a look. And now we are parked at Toronto Island. You see the tower. I think you can see the tower over here. My mouse is acting up. I gotta get a new mouse. There's the tower. So I hope you enjoyed that flight. Ooh, lightning and thunder. Yeah, this is the weather they're getting in Toronto right now. It's pretty amazing. Take it right off the internet. So, I'll cut my video here and have a nice day, folks. I hope you enjoy it.